All right, everybody, Tim here from the Tactical Defender. So, I was here exactly 1 week ago, today. Almost the same hour. It's actually 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I want to preface this video by saying, I'm not saying what it was, and I'm saying what it wasn't. This will most likely be my last video about this subject, but I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. I know a couple of you were kind of interested in what the outcome was. And again, I'm not saying I believe, and I'm saying I don't believe. I'm curious. That is all. All right, now very quickly, just for those of you that are actually just, coming into the video, you didn't see the other one. I was hiking. Down here, and we'll go down there in a minute, I have a little spot on an old abandoned go-kart track. And I'm right around the bend. I kind of like it because it's off of the main trail. More or less not bothered back there. And I have done things back there to see if people come by, as far as set things up, and nobody ever touches anything, so I like it back there to make my videos. I was right about this location here, right in this area, and I got, I hope you can hear me, a very foul smell. Been over here more times than I can count. The first thing that came to mind was wet dog, but a lot of wet dogs. Now, not too long ago, let's say a year ago, I was like about 30 yards over there, and I had four coyotes kind of circling me. Quite a ways away. They were quite a ways away, but they were kind of circling, kind of closing the ring, and then I left and everything was done, right? So the first thing that came to mind was the smell was a wet dog, like hot, like strong. Not a skunk, but if you've ever smelt a skunk, and I'm sure many of you have you ever been so close to one that you can literally taste it like it's in your mouth? It was disgusting. That was the smell. I later was talking with somebody, and he mentioned the word musk, like a musky, and that really is it, like a musk. I later was talking to somebody else a day later, and he brought up ferrets. Have you ever smelled a ferret? Ferrets have this natural smell, this oil on them. It's kind of faint. If you have ferrets as pets, as I understand, and they're washed, there is a process you can go about to kind of reduce that odor, that smell. It was sort of like that, wet dog, musk, but very intense, very intense. Walking here, and it hit me. I smelt it bad. Let me turn the camera. I go a little bit further, the smell goes away, and then a little bit beyond that, the smell is back again. I mean, intense. So it was right in this area, and then a little bit down there, about 20 yards, 30 yards, in between nothing and the odor again, like really bad. All right. I'm gonna pick up the camera, move down a little bit, and we're gonna pick up this video down there. So, started in here, okay? And I kind of wanted to keep the camera recording. I came down here, right about in this area. I smelt it again, and it was coming from in there. In between, I'm probably off by the yards, but in between odor, no odor, odor. And I smelt it for a little while in here. And you can look in there. I mean, you're not gonna see nothing unless you go in there. And I'll be quite honest with you, animals I have no problem with. Ticks, I have a problem with. I don't fear them, I don't like them. And there's a lot in there, I've been in there, and well, the outcome's not very good. So I came over here, we're gonna walk over here. I came over here, this is my little spot where I make my videos and I kind of do my thing. Right in front of these trees, you'll see a lot of my videos, those trees are in the background. So I came over here. Let's say, I don't know, I could be off, 30 yards. I'm standing here, I'm making my videos. I made one video. While standing here, there's no odor. Not windy that day either. I'm standing here and it got bad. The odor smelled bad and it was coming from behind, not in front, because it was coming from behind. And in the video, you kind of see me while I'm making one of my videos, I'm looking. So I turned, and that's, I mean, the odor's bad. It was powerful. I shut the camera off, and I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes later, I come over here because I wanted over here, there's kind of a little clearing. I wanted to look in. Oh, you really can't see that right there. I wanted to look in. And the smell went away. Gone. I walked down here because at that point, I'm thinking this little circle here, this little half moon where I'm doing my thing, where I'm walking, whatever it was moving. It was in the woods, and I was guessing that it's kind of in the woods following around where I am, because I moved here with those trees on the ground, and then the odor came from behind in there, okay? So I came over here because I'm thinking I want to see it come out here, because you can see it's this kind of opening here. I want to see something. I stood in there on the edge. I did go through this tall grass, no ticks, thankfully. And I stood there for a while, and there was no odor. Just where it goes from brown grass to trees. I stood on the edge. And then all of a sudden, the odor came. Couldn't see anything, but the odor came. And when I say like when you, like it was in your nose, I could taste it. It was a horrible smell. So, let's just mention a couple things. I have smelled moose, bear, coyotes, bobcat, deer. I've seen it all. I've been near it. I've smelt it. Doesn't mean that the next day they won't smell, but I can tell you I had no odor. You know, it smelled like an animal, but not like that. Got turd from something. I hope I didn't step in that. So what I get, what is this? Whatever it was, smelt terribly bad. Very quiet, pretty stealthy, and was moving. I have no doubt about it. Whatever it was, if it was a really bad smelling bear, then that's what it was, okay? But it was moving. And I'm saying that because I've had people say a couple things. I've had people say, well, it was a dead deer. Okay. I've been around dead deer. I don't recall that smell, but okay. But a dead deer that walks and moves, I don't know those kind of deer. Sorry. The other thing is, I talked to some people. I'm serious. I went online and I looked up Bigfoot, Sasquatch. I looked up Bigfoot, Sasquatch. And there was a lot of stuff about that odor. People that hunt them, people that this is what they do as a hobby, as a living, they hunt them. Again, I'm not saying they're real, I'm not saying they're not real. I don't believe in them. I do believe them, but to be honest with you, I think I would like a little bit more proof, right? With all today's technology, even my cell phone is kind of a cheap phone, but I mean not cheap phone. It's an Android. It's a good phone, but even my cell phone has a 16 megapixel camera and shoots 1080p high definition video. Now I'm not talking about the old Bigfoot videos. I get that, but the new stuff. Nobody has a good camera. Nobody has a good cell phone camera. You know, even my cell phone. Actually, I have a what's that called? The Samsung Galaxy 5. 16 megapixel camera. I can zoom that in. Looks amazing. So, what I'm saying is I would like more proof. I'm not against the idea, but I would like more proof. So I talked to actually a couple people online who do this for a living. The minute I told them about the strong musky, and I described the very strong musky dog, ferret, they said, yeah, we smell that a lot. Everybody that has encounters with them, that is the smell. So, I talked to some hunters because it is hunting season, or it was hunting season. It's Sunday, there's nobody around now. I know, I don't hunt, I know that there is an odor, there is something you can spray to attract animals. Based on the 2 hunters I spoke with who are really big into hunting, I described that smell, they said, no, that's not the smell. That's not it. Okay. Part of me was kind of hoping they were going to say, oh yeah, that's a... Now, that could explain something. As far as the odor moving, you know, maybe they sprayed there and the odor was, I don't know, maybe something disturbed it and then this, I'm just guessing, I don't know. So, I talked to a couple guys, they do not believe in Bigfoot. They believe in very little actually. And they said, nah, it's hunting. One person said it was a dead deer. Okay, but why the odor moving and why arriving when it wasn't there, right? I move, I go down to that other clearing, and then the odor, when I went back to the original where I was making the video, the odor's gone. Was there, I move, I smell it again, I come back, odor gone. Okay, this is what happened. That is a farm. There are no more animals there. There used to be a farm. Well, there's a farm, but no animals. So, I don't know. Oh, I looked online. 3 surrounding towns from this town. There's a lot of farms in this town. Farms no longer in business, no more animals over there. 1/4 mile up the road, I'm about half a mile now from it, there is another farm, a very, very large chicken farm. Something to consider. I looked online, I typed in Bigfoot, Massachusetts. Bigfoot sighting, Bigfoot footprints found, stuff like that, Massachusetts. I'm in Massachusetts, central Mass. 3 surrounding towns, and then 1 town about an hour away from here, west, that's the Quabbin Reservoir, but 3 towns around me and that town, that reservoir, there has been either sightings or footprints found. So, it's not like it's never been seen around here. It's not like people already don't have stories and so on. I can tell you I'm here a lot. And I've never heard anything. I mean, animals, yes, but as far as anything that ever made me think of Bigfoot, no. I can tell you a lot of people come back here. Mostly dirt bikes and 4-wheelers, and they're zinging through here at 50, 60 miles an hour on their dirt bikes and 4-wheelers. Now, are they going to notice something? I'm going to say no, because the sound of their dirt bikes and four-wheelers. But you're on foot. I just guess you're going to see and hear more than someone flying through at 60 miles an hour on a four-wheeler or a dirt bike. 50 miles an hour, whatever it is. So I'm just dropping this here. I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in. I don't know what that was. Whatever it was stunk really bad. There is a chance an animal got into something and therefore it smelled with its own odor, and whatever it got into, that's always a possibility. As far as the dead deer or dead animals smelling, no. I've smelt dead animals. This was moving. I absolutely 100% believe that. Do I believe it's Bigfoot? No, but I would like to hear otherwise. So, I'm done. I'm all done. I'm not going to search for it. I got more other things that I could work on. I got things to do. It's interesting. It really is interesting, because that smells like something I've never smelt before, at least at that potency. I'm going to still come over here, still do my thing. I have a very, other than a Colt, I have a very good video camera. If something ever does pop up, I'm getting it. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna have some freaking proof. Okay, so in the box below, I promise I won't talk about this anymore on other videos. In the box below, do you believe in Bigfoot, Sasquatch? Do you have any stories of your own? Any whatever? Are there any particular videos or stories that you weren't personally involved in, but for you proved it? Now, I do know there's quite a few videos that were proven fake, and they were trying to, those people always exist, but I would like more proof, actually, But yeah, so that's it. That's all. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? What do you think this was? What's your opinion? Bad smelling, moving around. Coyotes, matter of fact, I was right over here. I was right in this area. Coyotes, I've already done before. They didn't smell. They were kind of circling. They were quite a ways away, but they were circling. I do believe closing the circle, and that's when I said, oh, bye-bye. I had my gun out, and I left, but I'm done talking. Be well, everybody. That's the story. I'm sticking with it. We'll talk soon, all right? Bye. Well, heading out. Just happened to, I stopped at a little spot over there. I'm kind of just sitting there and just taking in the silence, the cool air. The temperature has really dropped. And an older couple comes walking by. A little hesitant at first, but hi, how are you? And they got their cameras and their binoculars, and I guess they like to look at birds. And she's asked me if I've ever seen any animals here, and I told her, things I've done and seen, and so I brought up Bigfoot, which they basically laughed at and said, no, Bigfoot would never come to this town. Okay. Good to know. Bigfoot would not come to this town. That's really good to know.